Hey, it's Josh, and you're listening to The Other Show. Spencer, do you know what is the worst?
I-15 rush hour?
Well, yes, absolutely. But it's specifically when you're driving along on the freeway and you get behind one of those trucks. Like specifically one of those dump trucks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And before you can get out from behind that dump truck, one of those rocks from the back of the truck slings up, hits your windshield, and boom, you got a chip, right? I absolutely hate it. Now, if you're like me, you watch that chip gradually grow from a little chip to a whole long crack that just goes along that whole windshield. I hate it. I hate dealing with it. I hate looking at it. It's just such a hassle.
Luckily, you can use our friends at Ashby Agency and Associates. They're backed by American Family Insurance, and they can help you with that crack.
Thank you.
AmFam offers $0 comprehensible deductibles, which means there's no out-of-pocket cost for that windshield. Additionally, you can customize your discount based on how you drive and save as much as 20% on your auto insurance with Drive My Way. And for the most savings, bundle your home or renter's policies with your auto, camper, umbrella, ATV, UTV, motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, business, and even life insurance policies. Let the insurance advisors at Ashby Agency and Associates help you save today.
Call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 385-383-3117. Again, that's 385-383-3117. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
We're really going to have to work on that last part.
Uh-huh.
Guys, the McRib is back.
Did it ever go away?
It is back, baby.
Not at the Myers house.
Did it ever go away?
No, not really. I mean, it is like the kiss of fast food sandwiches. It's always on a farewell tour.
So it's kiss or share. I thought you meant like I was like always acting awkward at the end of a date that I was going to try to get a McRib.
Kiss, share, or because it is a McRib, is it the Mattress Deals outlet store that's always going out of business?
It might be. I think it's the kiss of death. It really seems to be the harbinger of doom.
Yeah.
And I've seen this on Twitter as well, but every time they announce that the McRib is coming back, the world just kind of goes to pot. And I don't want to get too far into it, but things are bad. And I'm not blaming the McRib, but I'm not thanking the McRib either. So
that's true.
Yeah, like they just need to stop doing this, especially because I remember, what was it, 4 months ago? They said this is the last, like kind of like we're talking about with share or kiss or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they tell us?
And Bill's mattress.
Yeah, why would they tell us this is the last run of the McRib? I mean, yeah, there's urgency, but like, are we idiots? Do they think we're idiots? McDonald's, do you think we're dumb?
And here's the thing. If it goes away, it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you exactly how to make it at home, but better.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You get hamburger meat and compress it and raw onions.
And then you water it down.
No. No. But I did buy a silicone McRib mold, so I could make it like the exact same.
You really did? Of course you did. I'm not surprised.
Oh, yeah, with ground pork.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but when I do it that way, I buy like premium pork chops, some beef ribs, and then I'll grind and mix that together in a 50-50 ratio with some MSG, and then I'll put that in the mold and cook it.
Wait, why did you say MSG like it was a swear word?
What? Who said MSG? I didn't say MSG.
What's wrong with Madison Square Garden? I don't understand.
Go Knicks.
Whoa, crossing the line there, Josh.
Oh, that's crossing the line, but you just swore MSG?
No, so the way you do it at home, but better if you want, like, you've got the McRib, and that's like the McDonald's version of the McRib because, yeah, it's McDonald's.
Yeah.
But if you want, like, the Five Guys version of the McRib, what you do is you get yourself some baby back ribs.
Okay.
You're going to make a cut along the back of the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not taking notes.
Neither am I. Okay, go on. Yeah, sure.
Cut along the back of the bone. And then you're going to cook those like you would any other rib. Put your seasoning of choice. My favorite is the famous Dave's rib rub is my favorite.
Okay.
But use your favorite, whatever spice you like. You're going to cook those 3 hours on the smoker. Okay. Then you're going to wrap them. And when you wrap them, put a little pickle juice or like some jalapeno hot sauce or something if you want a little spicier.
He's still talking.
But it's about food, Josh. It's about food.
Put it on the butcher paper.
I zoned out already.
You're going to cook it for 2 more hours.
I'm just going to go to McDonald's. I'm just going to go get myself a McRib. What you're going to want to do is, let me finish. You're going to want to cook that for 2 hours, which is going to overcook the ribs a little bit, but you want them like fall apart for this.
Sure.
Then when you pull them out, those rib bones will pop right out of the slits that you made. Put it back on the grill for another hour. Put on your barbecue sauce of choice.
Wow.
To let that set. And then you put that on a French bread loaf with pickles and sliced onions. Red onions work better than sweet onions. No offense to the Holmgrens. Just in this case, it's a little bit better. And then you got yourself a Mac Daddy rib.
I wish that listeners could see how Spencer was telling us how to make this McRib, because he honestly looked like crazy Ol Maurice, right? Like the professor or the who's just kind of
like waving hands,
head down, not making eye contact. Yeah, with the waving hands.
He's like, what you don't understand that in the castle there's a Mac Daddy McRib, and everyone's seen it. No, Spencer, here's the problem, and here's my struggle with cooking shows or recipes. Yep, I'm just gonna say recipes. The time it takes to make something. Is the investment worth it? Absolutely. But can I sink that kind of time into getting something that I'm just gonna get fed for? Right? This is why it's best to have a friend who smokes meat, i.e. you.
Yes.
You invest time in me, and then every time I invite you over for dinner, you ghost me.
It's on brand.
Wow. It's on brand. I don't know why I do either, because you make wonderful food.
I know.
I just get busy, Spencer. I just get busy.
How many Bush concerts can there be?
Never enough.
Oh.
Well done. Oh, that's little things. Anyways, that's awesome. Spencer, what Josh and I, we didn't pay attention to that recipe because we just want to come over.
Somebody did. KP did.
We want to come over and just eat the food and take part of that.
Yeah, you can have my meat.
So thank you for sharing that with us. And honestly, I need a McRib that tastes good, because I've had 2 McRibs in my life. And of course, it's like kitsch. You're like, oh, it's McRib. They're not good.
No.
I mean, in my opinion.
They're not supposed to be.
No, they're McRibs.
Well, you know why the McRib happens, right? They have like I swear this is the case. Like I swear up and down. It's not conspiracy theory time. This isn't crazy Ol Maurice talking about me. There is a pricing index. When pork hits below a certain price, they bring the McRib back. But if pork prices stay above that pricing index level,
I don't understand that. There's no part of the McRib that is pork. That's not pork.
Crazy Ol Maurice is back.
What you can legally classify as pork or pork product.
I can see the numbers just kind of going around in his head right now.
Look, you have pork products like ribs, actual ribs, pork chops. I have a great stuffed pork chop recipe. I'll tell you sometime.
I would love to hear it. I love pork chops.
You have like real pork products.
Yeah.
And then you have everything else that goes into sausages, and then everything else that goes into hot dogs.
Yeah.
And then you have the McRib, which is everything left over after the hot dog.
Ooh, hot dog leftovers going to I can't, because hot dogs are leftovers.
Not good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a wild difference between Bar S and Oscar Mayer, and even more so between Oscar Mayer and Hebrew National.
Okay, crazy Ol Maurice. We have to move right along.
Please.
So, as we move along with the show, we would like to thank everyone for the support from last week. Like, we were kind of nervous to go over Patreon and talk about the perks and hope that people would even be interested in us kind of giving more content.
Yeah.
Like, it's more of us talking, and we're sorry, but hopefully you're welcome. We don't know. But as we do that, as we just like to hang out and talk to each other and talk to you all, we were just really surprised by the amazing support that we got.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And as part of our thank you, is one of the perks is every new patron gets their name read at the beginning of the show. And then we also read, and we will at the end of the show as well, our Friends with Benefits, which I still love the name. So,
you would love the name.
Leading off, come on. So I do want to read, and I'll just jump in on this, read off all of our new patrons. So for our friends of the show, we have Melanie Milring and Mike Hales. So thank you guys very much.
That's $5 a month, and you get the other show, which is on Patreon.
And we've already put out 2. We've already put out 2 other shows in the last week. We also have our more than friends of the show, and we have Jaden Berry and Jennifer Stoddard.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much.
Thank you. And that's $15 a month. And they get the other show plus the bonus episode.
Yep.
And just a point of clarification, Jaden Berry is Jaden Berry and his father, Glenn Berry.
Yep.
Who sends me the most fantastic reels.
Yeah, actually, same.
He's my real friend.
Glenn tries to convince me to like Star Wars, and it still hasn't happened. So, sorry, Glenn. One day, maybe.
Let's keep him as a patron. Come on.
Yeah, good call. And then we have our friends with benefits, and we have KP Brown, our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vascar, Mrs. Robinson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, the one, the only, Chris Anderson, Lady Terry A. Finley, and proud Disney mom Tanya Budge.
Yes.
And those are our friends
I'm sure
with
she's
benefits.
a proud mom too.
I mean, she is a proud mom.
And just to point out really quickly, and we won't do this every episode, like this is probably more...
As we launch it, it's going to be a little more front heavy with it, sure.
But just to familiarize yourself with everything. The Friends with Benefits, we only have 12 people on this board. It's $25 a month. You get all the perks, extra perks that we talked about last week. You can also look on Patreon. But there's only 12. We have 5 spots left. So if you want to jump on board, if you want to have a voice in the Patreon and direction really of the other show, make sure you jump on board.
And just remember, we have our first live call with that Friends with Benefits level at the beginning of November.
Yep.
Pretty fun.
So we're working on a date on that, but yeah, so thank you. And then just really quickly, if you want to jump on board, patreon.com/the other show. Pretty easy. So also it's in the show notes.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to other content, guys. We haven't talked enough about Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
yes, as we get closer to the actual day, we will talk more about spooky stuff and have maybe some scary stories thrown in there. I know you guys don't love Halloween, and we can get into this really every single week, and it drives me crazy.
I'm trying to be a team player here.
Hazel's getting old enough, like, I'm kind of getting into the toddler activities. We went to the Heber Creeper.
Okay.
And that's a train. That's not a person's house.
Yeah.
Thanks for the point.
Thank you for the clarification, right?
Yeah.
The Harvey's house up there in Heber.
But I want to talk about a specific part of this season, and you can call this season whatever you want. Some people call it spooky season. Other people call it autumn or fall, you know? And there is something about the leaves changing that it feels so romantic, and it's starting to get a little more chilly, a little more moody. And I want to talk a little bit about...
Wait 1 second there.
Yeah, right?
I love that you say, like, the leaves changing color is a little more romantic. That's just literally the leaves dying. What is it about death and dying that is romantic?
This is the most romantic time of the year, Spencer. And I'm going to get into this.
The harvests are ready.
No, listen.
Because the fruits are at the end of their life. They're about to die. We're literally pulling them off life support. Love's in the air.
Okay, maybe that's science, but science is not romantic, or at least it's outwardly romantic, because the leaves changing is really beautiful. It's so pretty. Like, I went to Fifth Water Hot Springs last week up in Spanish Fork.
Isn't that a nudist one?
Sometimes. Not for me.
Sometimes.
Not for me.
We're going to get a whole new level of patron there. Watch forget now.
There's a new tier.
Yeah, the hot
benefits.
The hot springs level. So, but like even just hiking in the dead leaves, it just feels it feels warm.
Yeah.
Even though it's getting a little more chilly.
Literally hiking in the corpses of those leaves.
Oh my gosh, you're ruining everything.
Thanks, Spencer.
Listen, there's nothing romantic about spring. Because spring is raining all the time, and we all hate it, and it's just been winter for 7 months. Yeah, fall is the time of romance. And here's my point, Spencer. It's called, for those who have the unfortunate, I guess, chance to be single right now, we call this cuffing season.
Did you say cupping season?
No, cupping season is hockey. Okay. I think that's hockey or soccer. It's cuffing, like
cuffing, like F.
Yeah,
no, I know what cuffing.
I have
is.
no idea what you're talking about.
You're hooking up. You're shacking up for the season.
Oh,
there's holidays coming up, and you don't want to be single.
Oh,
you want to stay inside and cuddle, or go to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other parties with a date.
I mean, that's precisely it. In fact, I've got Urban Dictionary pulled up, which I always do.
That's dangerous.
The definition. Don't worry, I read it before. It says cuffing season. the cold season when everyone's coupling up. So you settle for a new boyfriend or girlfriend way below your standards. Or you're one of the smart ones who cozies up with Coors Light and your pupper BFF. And then they always have a dialogue and says, Bobby says, yo, it's cuffing season. You want to lock this down? And Charlotte says, no, I'm going to chill at home with the Coors Light and Murphy. And I think that
explains why there's so many engagements in December in Provo.
Oh, yeah, I mean, probably.
I mean, because you get somebody to like date down to your level because it's cuffing season.
Yeah.
Let's make this official while it can so you can't get out.
So here's really the trap in it all. And I'm going to explain this as I've experienced it for the past 6 years. You ready? So it's at the end of September hits and we all start going, at least I do. Ooh, it's almost scary movie time. Oh, it's getting a little chilly. Oh, the beautiful leaves are dying. And which now I'll never unsee or unthink every time I look at the mountains. I will remember you.
Just remember, the little trembling in the wind is actually their screams as they die.
They're skeletons. So
it's the death rattle.
So if you're on apps or if you meet someone, you kind of go, hey, it's getting a little cooler. Yeah, I can wear my flannels now. Yeah, we'll go to dinner, but wouldn't it be nice to go back to my place and watch a scary movie? Because here we're in October. And you go, yeah, actually, we could go to a haunted house. We could watch a scary movie. It's nice to watch a movie cuddling with someone. And it's cuffing, cuddling. It's whatever season you want it to be. And so it's kind of nice. But then the trap comes and it's November and there's no more scary movies to watch because you're trying to be a normal person. But then you're kind of planning for the winter. And they're like, hey, do you want to come to Thanksgiving at my family's house? And you go, oh no,
that's too much commitment.
You're like, I just wanted to watch a couple scary movies and make out maybe. And then it's December. And then
Are you trying to give us advice on how to break up with somebody?
No, no. I'm just saying cuffing season it's a fun time, but it does become an end of the year trap. Whereas if you're young and you live in Provo, you may get engaged after cuffing season.
True.
Because after cuffing season, after the scary time becomes kind of a romantic time where, it's Christmas and there's Christmas music everywhere and lights and gifts. And it becomes a little more romantic and family based.
Literally, all the scary movies then turn to Hallmark specials.
Oh, truly. And they're just as horrifying and they follow very similar formulas. And they're just as easy to watch, to be quite honest. Wait. I actually
I want to hear more about this. How scary movies follow the same formula as Hallmark movies.
Okay, look. They have their own formula that they follow, but if you are a virgin, you'll stay alive in the end. Anyways, I don't know. I'll make up a theory later.
I was going to say, I'm like, is it, being scared or afraid of commitment? Is that the similarities here or something? Or
yeah.
No, it's because an attractive young single woman goes to a small town where she's approached by a stranger or a person from her past that scares her. And then in the end, you end up dead or married.
Dead or married. Same thing.
I don't know.
He cracked the code.
So, okay, but here's the thing is cuffing season it's like, and we're currently in it. It is quite fun. But you just have to be a little careful depending on what you're looking for, where your head is at with dating. Now, what's interesting is what I've noticed even this year is maybe I shouldn't say this, but I have a system in my phone where if I haven't talked to someone for a while, or if like a dating app conversation like didn't go really far, but I have their number in my phone.
Wait.
Yes.
Do you put a Best By date in their contact?
Ish. Sort of. Now this is the trade secret, and sorry, Sophie, but she and I share this same trade secret. Now, if someone is not deleted from our phone, but pretty close, they get tombstone emojis by their name.
Oh.
So that means we don't talk to the person anymore. But if they reach out like randomly, at least we don't go, oh, who's this?
Yeah.
And then we go, oh, it's been a couple months. I wonder why this person's reaching out. Like, that's a little interesting. But then if I don't talk to someone for a while, they just get deleted off the phone, right? You got to do some spring cleaning, whatever. And, chances are.
Did you delete my number?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. When we didn't talk for a couple months, did you delete our numbers?
Wait, hold on. A couple months, Spencer?
Or years?
No.
Years?
No.
Years, Spencer?
I did reach out to you a couple months later and said, "Hey,
No.
Zack
Okay.
Snyder, Justice League."
Literally a year and a half later, Spencer. A year and a half after you reached out, I got it. No,
Tombstone turned into a middle finger emoji.
I got a text from an unknown number, and it said, "Dude, I know we haven't talked, but I need your thoughts on the Zack Snyder director's cut being released." And of course, I smiled and I went, "What a dick!" But I mean, that's cool. I love you, Spencer.
And then you put the headstone emoji right by his name, right?
I actually adopted it when Spencer reached out to me.
Let's just put it this way. If any of you are in crisis and are reaching out for help to get out of a situation, Kent might just ghost you.
Oh, wait. Who is in crisis? So, no, truly, when when you guys reached out to me again, I didn't have your number saved on my phone. And I knew fairly quickly based on the verbiage that who you were, right? And so that was pretty easy.
Dude,
and honestly,
dude, I'm not going to Vegas.
Hallelujah. and apparently you're engaged. What? Anyways, but no, that's kind of it. Like, yeah, and it's not just like directed at people I've dated or whatever, but sometimes if you just drop contact, like say some cousin you haven't talked to in 10 years, you're like, I can drop that, right? Like, so,
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. I've had recently a number of people that have come back from the dead, meaning their numbers were deleted. And all of a sudden I get a text and it's just some number. And it's like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. I just want to see how you're doing. And I'm like, should I do the thing? And I want to know from the listeners, like, what do you say when you get a number that's being like kind of like just talking to you like a friend basis, but you don't have their name saved in your phone? Do you, and you guys answer the same thing. Do you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have your number saved," or do you act like you know who they are?
No, I generally ask, like, "Hey, sorry, I've
New phone, who dis?"
Yeah, like I got a new phone, had to reset the contacts or something.
Okay, so you get it out of the way. You get the awkwardness out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much easier that way.
I flip a coin.
You do. Wait, what if the coin says the opposite way?
I start asking personal questions to see if I can divine it.
Okay, divine who it is.
Hey, how's the family?
Yeah.
And if they talk about a husband or a wife or kids, okay, that narrows it down. If they talk about kids, what are they up to these days?
Why don't you just ask who they are? That's much easier. To the point.
Well, no, it's a game.
Guys,
It's like Saw, my own personal Saw.
I want you to know that Google exists. And yes, there are a lot of these like fake sites that say they'll tell you who someone is based on a number. There are a few actual free sites that will tell you what their name is, or at least family relations of that number.
Now you tell us.
Yeah, and so I go to Google, and I think it's like US phone book or something like that. You put in a number, and it will at least tell you like a last name, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's no fun.
And so, yeah, I guess it's less fun, but still, it works.
You know what's even more fun? I can't believe I'm going to admit to this.
Okay, go on.
Sometimes I set up Google Voice numbers and text people I know from that just to mess with them and see what they do.
Am I going to get some of these?
You probably did over a 2.5 year period.
Yeah, Spencer's like, dude, I talk to you every couple months. No, you didn't. Yes, he did.
You remember that chick, Samantha?
Samantha, I loved her.
Okay. I can't believe I'm admitting to this. Sometimes I'll prank my friends by texting them from a Google Voice number they don't have and talking to them like we know each other really well. Like I'll say specific things about their life.
Yeah.
And
that's
see
horrible.
how long it takes them to ask who this is. Or if they will just keep playing along, pretending like they know who it is.
Your kind of fun is really weird, Spencer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Want to play a game?
So, but here's what I do. So once I find out who it is that's texting me, then I can be like, oh, hey, it has been a while. How are you doing? And this has happened probably 4 times within the past month. And it is for the specific reason that, remember what I said, it's getting cold. Cuddling is more fun than ever because it's getting cold. And I think honestly, and I hear this and I understand it, and it must be true even in relationships. Like there's something about this time where you kind of want something romantic to happen. You want a closeness to happen because this is a kind of the season of companionship.
Well, it's because you're getting to the end of the vine.
Like screw February, right? Screw February, but you kind of want someone in these holiday months.
Yeah.
And so I've heard from a few people, and so when I find out their names, I literally, so there's no more tombstone because they're already buried. They now get the zombie emoji in front of their name.
Ooh.
And then I put their name in, which, to be quite honest, no one ever makes it past the zombie mode back into just their name. And one thing this helps with is you go to...
Except for us.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah. You've got a point.
You guys act like you don't have zombies in front of your names. That's cute. And how this helps is, when you have your contacts saved, if you have an emoji in front of the name, it will show up at the bottom of your contacts list. And that helps you to clear people out easier or not accidentally call someone from your past. And so it's kind of a trade secret of of someone like me. But yeah, it's a dangerous time as well. It's a dangerous time to be single.
Kent Dunn trade secret trademark.
I know. I think we've exposed too much of how we really are in the show.
Now the mafia or something's going to come after us.
Yeah, or it's people will just rightly judge me. Yeah.
I think you're going to need to redact a lot of this. Just bleep it out, Josh.
Yeah, just bleep it out, and then we'll put it in bonus stuff.
Bleep it out.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then,
it's going to be basically 5 minutes of just...
And they'll just think Spencer's telling dirty jokes.
There you go.
We're talking about MSG. So I want to ask you guys, you're both married.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I deal with. If I go on a date, and especially because I like scary movies and I would eventually like to get to the point where I'm watching one with someone, the stumbling block I have is people say, I'm not that into scary movies anymore. Like I was in college, but now they scare me, or now I have kids and I haven't really felt the same way about them. Do you, when you were dating, did your then girlfriends, now wives, were they willing to watch scary movies, or are they now?
No.
Never.
In fact, we watch Survivor as a family every Sunday, and the commercial for Paramount Plus's Halloween fair came out.
Yeah.
And my wife leans over to me, Stephanie, she says, even that commercial scared me.
Oh, that's so
So
sweet.
she can't even handle the commercial.
Oh, that's so cute.
I am right there with Stephanie.
Okay.
I am the Stephanie in my relationship.
No, I know this. We know this about you.
Right.
And I think it bums me out because I would like you to watch more scary movies. I think the world could benefit from you watching these.
Why?
Doing watch Josh watch these movies.
Just so that
videos.
people can see my lazy eye go out.
Yeah, actually, I want a close-up view on the lazy eye.
Oh, gosh.
And a movie's scary if it's all the way to the left.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to get Josh to play Outlast.
Oh, Josh, come to my house. Let's play Outlast.
What is that? Is that like a
you're in an insane asylum.
Oh.
No, it's a video game. You're in an insane asylum, and you don't have any weapons, and the only thing you can do is run and hide the entire game. And it's horrifying. But Josh, does your wife watch scary movies? Is she willing to?
No, she is. She absolutely is. In fact, the first thing that we got into, and I don't know if I'd necessarily call this scary, but the first time I came over to the house when we were dating, it was to watch Stranger Things, because I never got past the first or second episode.
Okay.
And we ended up watching pretty much the whole series up to this point.
Wow.
Granted, I mean, I had reasons to sit through most of it and, smack the side of my head to get my lazy eye back in.
How much were you actually paying attention, though?
I was actually paying attention fairly well. It wasn't necessarily that scary compared to other shows that I've seen.
She literally invited you over to Netflix and chill, Josh.
Yes.
So this is where I'm at with kind of the same formula for scary movies and Hallmark Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Is I wouldn't know, because in the middle of each, you're just making out, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what happens in the middle of these.
That's actually true.
See,
after
I was the one thinking of being a hot dog for Halloween, Josh.
But yeah, I mean, typically they're movies that you don't really need to watch because both genres, because they're kind of brainless. Sometimes one has too many brains.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of you're with somebody and it creates a vibe and it's just nice and cozy generally.
I will say this. I did use that tactic quite a bit after the first kiss. So, yeah, we made out a lot during Stranger Things.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it's about.
Right.
Okay.
So,
as long as you didn't try some Stranger Things.
So, and Spencer, I don't know if Stephanie will ever watch scary movies, but I feel like now we need to kind of convert her and you to do the...
So here's the thing with me and scary movies.
Yeah.
I like to pretend I sometimes, at the beginning of every October, I'm like, okay, no, I like scary movies. I'm going to watch a scary movie, or I'm going to watch a scary show.
Right.
And I watch one thing and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I don't like it.
And then he watches Casper for the rest of the month.
Right. No, I think what it is I used to love them before I went to Argentina, and then after Argentina, there's certain genres.
You have real life spooky stories from Argentina?
I tried to avoid certain genres of spooky movies. So like
Can
and I
you-
went to see
He's avoiding the
Barbarian,
question.
and I
Yeah.
loved it. Yes, I am. Maybe on
Have you ever told these stories?
not
Like on any other podcast?
not in any other podcast and not in public.
Would you be willing to closer to Halloween?
Circle back to me on that one.
Oh, don't say circle back. Stop that.
Okay, pentagram back
but
to me, okay?
but let's think about it, because I know sometimes some of that is a little too close to home because it's a little more real, obviously. For people that didn't have that kind of experience of being like surrounded by religion and then kind of sometimes have some evil around, I think it's interesting to hear about.
Yeah, so there's certain genres of spooky movies I can't do.
Which I think is most people. A lot of people, especially women, but a lot of people don't like the possession stuff. Like obviously the torture porn stuff. Like, can I say that? Torture porn. People try to avoid that, but usually possession movies are the number one genre people like to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand it. So,
Like,
okay.
Well, no, so I had some roommates, and I could tell, like, I could be in a completely different room of the house, and I could tell when they put on like a spooky movie like that.
Okay. Oh, the vibe changed?
The whole vibe changed. Like, I would text them and I'd be like, "Hey, did you turn on a movie about this?" And they're like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I was like, I just do."
Why do I like that vibe though? I'm so about that roller coaster.
But that said, like, I try to get into it every year. Like, I've tried watching Haunting on Hill House or whatever that one is.
Yeah.
And I've gotten mostly through it, or other scary movies, but I try. I do try. And
Okay.
I did enjoy watching Barbarian. That type of scary movie I enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife's trying to get me to watch Halloween. That's her. She loves the Halloween franchise and everything. So she wants.
So what's holding you back from watching one Halloween movie, which is one of the best Halloween movies out there?
I think he has watched one.
Have you seen the first one?
No, I saw. Oh gosh, what was the? I can't remember which one I saw a couple years ago. It's the one. Not The Shining.
Doctor Sleep?
No. It's
Okay.
it's the house possession that like sucks up into
Poltergeist.
Yeah, Poltergeist.
Oh, Poltergeist is great.
And I actually kind of liked that, to be honest with you. And Poltergeist 2 really scared the crap out of me. That whole preacher thing just
Yeah, Kane's the worst. No, look, I'll make a case for scary movies. I think you feel less like evil in your heart watching a scary movie than you do watching the current season of Love is Blind, because that is just like the worst crap in the world. Anyways,
Well, no, because those are two different types of evil.
yeah, right. You're like, oh, I'm nihilistic. Anyways, okay. Well, I think we got some calls to do.
Yes, we do.
But I do want to know, like, people that are either single, have you realized it's cuffing season? Has it taken effect? People that are married, do you watch scary movies with your spouse or partner? So let us know. Okay, but let's take some calls.
Hey, this is KP. You know, I've been giving you guys advice for free this whole time, and now you want to charge me for it? Well, considering I am paying you to do this, my first bit of advice is, if you want a perk that's really going to make this worth it, give us Spencer's meat. Hands down, you'll get all the tiers completely filled up once Spencer gives us his meat. All right, have a good day. See you next episode.
I think that's in the Hot Springs tier. Is that what we're talking about?
I can start posting pictures on the Patreon.
So KP basically got his wish with Spencer's crazy Ol Maurice rant to the beginning of the show.
Now you know how to make a homemade McRib, right? So
No, I can start posting pics on to the Patreon page. I mean, you can see them on my Instagram already.
Yeah.
Of your homemade McRib / meat?
Of my meat.
Okay.
Yep.
No, just all my meat. Wasatch Barbecue.
Okay.
On Instagram.
It's actually
all my meat.
It's hard to follow that page because I want that food immediately. Like, it looks delicious.
And KP, you're one of the few that I can say this to. Just like Kent and just like Josh. If you want to handle my meat, come on over. I'll cook for you anytime.
Next call.
Hey guys, it's Proud Disney Mom here. My daughter is actually in Disney World right now, but I think I might be just a little bit more excited than she is. I'm in Phoenix, which doesn't sound all that exciting, but I am going to see my queen, my idol, my everything, Pink, tonight, and I am so excited. So be excited for me. If you hear screaming coming from Phoenix, that's me screaming at my queen, at Pink. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. Her name is tattooed on my arm, so, I mean, I guess I'm a little bit of a fan. What can I say? I will give you full updates after the show, but I am stoked. I'm excited. I didn't sleep last night. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And my husband is going with me, and he has never been to a Pink concert before, so this is his first time going, so I'm very excited to see what his reaction is going to be. Wish us luck. Have so much fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and I will tell you all about it later. Thanks!
You can sense the excitement in her voice, and it is the freaking best thing ever.
I know. I think we found something that she's more passionate about than Disneyland or Disney. It's Pink.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I haven't listened to Pink in 15 years. But honestly, I still know that she does like an amazing show. Her shows are bigger than ever. And just the spectacle of it would be really cool to see. And so, sure, your husband may or may not be into Pink, but it sounds like he's going to have a good time. And honestly, even just to be there with you, Tanya, I'm sure he's going to have a good time because of how much glee you're going to be feeling.
I'm excited for you.
There's so many different ways I could take this to so many different directions, but all I'm going to say is I'm excited for you. Like, legit. I'm going to start screaming every morning when I drive past your house. Yeah, Pink, Tanya. I drive past her house frequently, guys.
Okay, then you better.
Yes.
She actually will probably want you to. But anyways, yes, definitely give us the report on how the concert was, like who opened for her, how long the show was, you know, all the costume changes, all that kind of stuff.
I want to know what color it actually was at the concert. Like, is it actually pink at a Pink concert?
Well, I saw some pictures from the Vegas concert.
Okay.
You know, there were a number of fans of the other show that were down there, posted on socials, and there's a lot of pink. But yeah, normal concert, I guess. But
Yeah, I love concerts. But yeah, we're excited to hear about it.
I love concerts too. I've been to dozens of concerts. One.
Spencer.
wait, you've been to one?
Yeah, I went to thrice.
I mean, that's...
It wasn't pink.
Wait, was that
It was definitely more of a gray and brown.
Was that your first concert?
Do the piano guys count?
No.
No. Thrice was your only concert?
Yes.
That's it. I'm taking you to more shows. That's not
But
okay.
that's because I haven't even been to piano guys.
Wait, you just asked, do the piano guys count? But I haven't been to them.
Well, no, because I've been to... How many people are in piano guys? 3?
I don't know.
I wouldn't even know.
17?
If so, I've been to one... No, if there's 3 guys in piano guys, then I've been
Sure.
to 1/3 of piano guys.
You've been a piano guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, though,
He performed at my high school once.
it's
So I don't think that
it's
counts.
been a while. You know, when we went to the concert, what was it, in September or so? August.
Yeah.
That was the first concert I had been to in probably a decade.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Well, I'm very picky about my concerts because I've been to just
And the Wiggles only come to Utah every so often.
Oh, that's so true.
I've been to a few. It's too loud to the point where you can't really hear the music, and that's what I want to go for, right?
That you can change that.
But I've been to a number of amazing
There's a
ones,
volume button?
and I've worked a few concerts as well, and I love putting I love working the concerts, but that's a whole other story. But I do need more concerts. And
I'm a firm believer. I think live music gives you the inspiration you want for whatever you want to do next in life, whether it's like a cool creative project or making big decisions. There's something about going to see some of your favorite songs perform live that is kind of life-changing.
Well, and that's kind of...
And if you go see 311 live, that gives you the inspiration to take a nap and make some food.
I mean, absolutely, and that's exactly what we need sometimes.
Well, and honestly, though, when I went to USANA, I'm like, I need more of this. I need more live music in my life.
Yeah, you do.
And I kind of want to get a season pass for next year.
I'm going to get one, so
I think I'm gonna,
you should.
I think I'm going to do the lawn, though. I don't want to do the...
Yeah, that's what you do, and it's just fine.
And then I think you can upgrade for like, what, $20 or something like that?
Yeah, we when I went to Smashing Pumpkins, we had lawn passes for $20. We got into the pit, so
See,
yeah, we can talk more about this later.
No, but anyway, thank you, Tanya.
Okay, we have one more call, right?
Yes, we do.
Hey guys, it's Annika again. So, since you guys are giving me so much advice, I feel like I should just start calling you guys like my pod uncles, since you guys have a podcast, you give me advice. So, calling back into my pod uncles to ask for some poster suggestions. I'm going to take your advice and ask him to the upcoming school dance, but I have no idea how to ask him. I don't know what to write on the posters. So, I need your guys' help, coming up with what I should put on the poster and when I should drop it off. So, yeah, let me know what ideas you have. I'm excited to hear them. Thanks, guys. Bye.
So, Kent, you're the single one here. We'll start with you.
Listen, it's been a while since I've gone to a high school dance where you come up with a pun to ask somebody, but I actually have a personal story with that.
I love these things.
So I actually dropped off my girls at my ex's last week, and there were a bunch of Easter eggs everywhere in the front yard. And I think she was cleaning them up or something like that. And I was like, hey, it's October, why do you have Easter eggs all over your front yard? She's like, I don't know. Someone just put them there. And I'm like, did you eat anything from these eggs? She's like, yeah, I had some chocolate. And I was like, hey, you don't just eat candy. Like, you're an adult. You don't just eat candy that people have left for you when it's October and there's Easter eggs. I told her, I'm like, hey, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you have a stalker or whatever. I was like, it's probably best to throw them away. She's like, yeah, I already did. Anyways, okay. So the day after, my ex texts me and says, hey, remember those Easter eggs that I threw away? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, apparently our neighbor was being asked to a dance and they got the wrong house. And I threw away the entire dance request. This kid was like so nervous. He comes at night and he puts all these eggs down. And it was meant for the girl 2 doors down.
He laid all the eggs.
And it basically our neighbors were like, hey, thanks for throwing my daughter's dance request away.
As long as it got straightened out, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, so actually I want to pull the audience because we could come up with some really dumb puns or things we've used in the past before. But if anyone has a really good, clever pun or way that they've asked or their kids have been asked or whatever, share it.
Hold on one second. I have an idea. I'm going to go to Chat GPT. Let's ask.
Oh, Skynet. Okay, yeah, ask Skynet.
Okay,
sure.
Here we go.
Well, you
Super
can go
romantic.
to Skynet,
Okay.
or you can ask me, and I'm basically the jigsaw.
No. We're asking Chat GPT.
Great, here we go.
Asking someone to prom can be a memorable and fun experience. Here are 5 creative and fun ways to do it. 1. Scavenger hunt. Create a scavenger hunt that leads your potential prom date to different locations or clues around town or school. Each clue can be a riddle or a hint related to prom, and the final clue should lead them to you, holding a sign or a bouquet of flowers asking them to the dance. 2.
Yeah, I did that one, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't lead to them finding me holding a poster. It led to them finding me duct taped in the trunk of a friend's car.
What?
Really?
What?
That's actually pretty funny.
To be fair, I was kind of winging it.
What? What's going on?
I put it together like it was some secret mission. Like I recorded an audio tape, a cassette.
Like they saved you.
Yeah, and I told them to save the date. That was written on the duct tape.
Oh.
It's actually pretty good.
I am so proud of that. Save the date?
I love it.
Yeah.
I want someone to ask me that way. That's incredible.
Here's some other ways. You could do a balloon surprise. You can fill a room or their locker with balloons, each containing a note or a message related to the dance.
Yeah,
Pop the
been
balloons. Okay, yeah, I think I've done that. Puzzle proposal. Create a customized jigsaw puzzle from a picture of the 2 of you together and a message like, will you go to the dance with me?
And if you don't have a picture of you 2 together, that's what AI is for.
Hold on. Let me get a little bit more personal here. Utah ways to ask. Okay, here we go. So this is Utah ways to ask a date out in Utah. So it says here that if you or the person you're asking is perhaps a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you may want to incorporate elements of their culture or values into your proposal.
I'm so worried about what's going to happen.
Number 1, you can ask for the Strength of Youth themed proposal. Create a proposal that incorporates principles from the For Strength of Youth pamphlet.
No, not even I would do that. That's way cringe.
What about a temple themed promposal?
No.
Scripture scavenger hunt.
What does that even mean?
Well,
that means on the poster you put, "Hey, your body's a temple. Would you like to use my recommend?" I don't know. That got dirty fast.
Yes, that did.
I think that was the intention.
But you could do a scavenger hunt with scriptures or a mutual activity. Ask them at Mutual, not the app.
No.
If I were asking Spencer to a dance, Spencer, let's just say you got doorbell ditched, okay?
Yeah.
And there was no one. There was no there at the front door except you saw a nice new pair of cowboy boots in your size, and you're like, "What?" And there's a note attached.
7.5.
You look in it, and there's a rolled up piece of paper that says, "It's a boot time. I ask you to the dance."
Yes.
And then you look at the bottom of the boot, and it has my name written, like Andy's name from Toy Story. That just means that would be me asking you to the dance. Would you say yes?
Yeah, I would totally say yes because boots are expensive.
Yeah.
Or you could just attach some Swedish fish to the poster and save all the fishies in the sea. I mean, that's kind of cliche. My jigsaw version of that, though, is this only works if you're answering somebody yes or no, you'll go.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a jar, like a 5-pound bag of M&Ms, and then you get
That's expensive.
1 Reese's Pieces.
Okay, go on.
And then, you get a 5-pound bag of each. Sorry. And then you mix them all together and you say, hey, if there's more M&Ms in this bag than there are Reese's Pieces, I'll go with you.
That's when you just say no.
More Reese's Pieces than M&Ms, then I won't.
Yeah.
And then you make sure that it's only off by 1 and hope you didn't lose anything when transferring it to the jar.
Or the person getting the request could just eat more of one and be like, yeah, I guess you said no. Jeez, that's rude.
She ended up just texting me and be like, so what's your answer?
Okay, yeah.
Did you count? And she said, no.
In high school, my buddy was really lazy, and he bought a box of cereal, and on the back of the box was a maze. And at the end of the maze, he just put yes. And and he literally delivered the box of cereal, and he said, do the maze, and you'll find out your answer. And it just said yes at the end. But if they got lost in the maze,
what would be fun is if you did like a cipher, like on the poster, like if you have like books or like something you both enjoy, put the cipher like page 1, word 5, page 3, word 6. Do a cipher like that.
It's like House of Leaves. No.
And then at the end, just like put like a bunch of their favorite snacks and be like, hey, here's some snacks while you figure this out.
Wow. That's cute. You could do that with Scripture Chase too. Anyways, Annika, I hope we helped you out. I'm sure we didn't.
We did not.
But I want to hear from everyone if there is like a really good pun. Honestly, Save the Date kind of stole my heart. So anything like that, I want to hear about.
Yeah, I would love to get people's opinions on this, and I'm sure Annika would as well. So
I don't remember all the details, but I know a Gumby doll was involved somehow.
What? Okay.
That sounds sketchy.
Okay. Well, let's end the show here.
Good call. You've just listened to The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and auto editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits. A huge thank you to KP Brown, our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Lady Terry A. Finley, and proud Disney mom Tanya Budge. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show. Contributors on Patreon can get both weekly and monthly bonus episodes, exclusive swag, and other fun perks. Again, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
You can find me tied up in the back of my trunk.